iOS 15 and WatchOS 8 are finally here! Here is everything that you need to know about them. Let's go!
It's Kerry and Berry.
Hey Kerry and Berries, I'm Berry and Kerry is not here because today is an exceptional episode and she couldn't make it, so she'll be here next time. Anyway, my name's Berry, so let's begin. Now millions of people all over the world are using these operating systems, WatchOS 8 and iOS 15, so everything that they change and update on these operating systems are affecting literally our everyday life, because we're looking at these devices constantly, aren't we? Every time one of these updates comes out, it feels so fresh and new, but the problem is it always goes stale after about a year, just around it, so they need to update the operating system. So that's the way to solve the issue, but the problem is next year it'll be the same issue again because it will be stale again. But there we go.
Good morning and welcome to Wwdc.
Let us know in the comments below if you're excited for WatchOS 8 and iOS 15. And now, here we go. A big thanks to NordVPN, the sponsors of this video. Protect your online privacy from snooping eyes today by going to nordvpn.com/kerryberry. Starting with iOS. Shareplay. You can now play games, share music, and watch TV and film stuff with your friends on FaceTime. How fun is that? So you can have like little interactions and stuff. Do stuff with them. It's more than just chatting. Didn't Facebook Messenger have that thing? I think they did, didn't they? Even third-party developers can put their own apps into it, so you can like do other third-party things inside FaceTime together. It's great, isn't it? Really? Messages! Now you've got a photo stack, so when you send photos, you can like combine them into a stack, which, you know, is just, you can flick through them really. So, I mean, it's basically just if you can put your photos to a group and they can just flick through it or send it to someone and they can... It's a gimmick really, isn't it? Notification management. Now the world has gone crazy. We get so many notifications, and due to our own incompetence, we can no longer manage our own screen time. So first they bring out screen time feature to help us manage our screen time, and that didn't seem to work very well. So they've brought out notification management to combine notifications. Chocolate on my hand, I don't know where that comes from. Rather than just getting like a load of notifications, you get basically a daily briefing which shows intelligently which notifications you might want to look at and stacks them all together in a group. I mean, it's very similar to what we had before, but I fear that we may end up losing important notifications due to it. But there we go, to what do I know, artificial intelligence rules the world apparently, so there you go. Focus mode! So, part of the notification theme, you can now have different modes, like a work mode, or a sleep mode, or a, what was the other one? Personal mode, that was it. Or you can even make your custom mode. You can set what notifications you want to receive and don't want to receive during which mode. Say if you're at work, you probably wouldn't want to receive social media notifications from Facebook and all that. Although if you were me, you probably would, because you like skiving off work. I'm only winding you up, by the way. That's not actually what I do. I believe if you turn on in the focus mode, it intelligently suggests what ones to the notification it will show you. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong there, but I think that's what goes on. Most things are intelligent these days, or not so, because they think they're intelligent, but really they just cause you more of a headache because you can't find your notifications in the end. Live text. So now iPhone can look at pictures and posters and stuff, and actually this is quite cool. They can read information on these pictures and gather the text for you. Basically it's a glorified scanner app, which they've already had, I'll admit, but you can select the text, copy the text, import it into a text editor just by holding your camera up to it. So if I hold it up there, it would come up with Jesus Saves, which obviously he does. Fitting on the theme of photos and cameras and stuff, Siri will now intelligently give knowledge about certain photos. So if you were to look up a picture of a dog, it would tell you all about that breed of dog. Did we not have that before? Spotlight search! It now shows you rich results in your search. So if I was to search up my mother, then it would come up with all the different ways I can contact her, notes that I've made about her, and events that I'm going to with her. I'm sure that was it before. Photo memories! Yes, before you could make a automatic memory video or manual video all about your memories, your photos and your videos, and combine them into a music thing. And now you basically can edit it a little bit more clever, intuitive, or for some people just a little bit more complicated. It's basically just a fancy way of doing the same thing. But you can combine Apple Music too, but you need a subscription for that, so that's great, isn't it? I'm not going to pay for that. And a feature for your wallet now includes the ability to have passports and stuff and all your doctor's records and things like that, because you know, that's creepy, isn't it really? So your ID is becoming digital because it stores your ID in there as well, yeah. Just for good measure. There's a new weather update which includes thousands options now of background pictures relevant to your weather. And that's about it. Oh, apart from the fact it's got a bit more information on that, just more detailed. There you go. Maps. There's more countries that support this, which is lovely. There's far more detail. A 3D element, so you can actually see things like 3D. Did they not have this years ago? I don't know. I'm not doing this any favours here, am I? You can see traffic conditions for driving, helpful transit information, and it's easy to follow on your Apple Watch as well. It tells you turn-by-turn directions and where to go. Again, I'm sure we had this before. And it's using augmented reality. So when you hold up your camera, it will tell you which way to go, which is quite helpful, but again, rather creepy, isn't it? There's a big arrow pointing in that direction on the wall. Not that way, that way. There's drag and drop improvement in general, just along your iPhone, so you can drag and drop things to different apps, which is great. Memoji update, so nobody uses that anyway. And just for good measure, they have greater customization. Now onto the iPad. Finally, widgets everywhere. Something they should have brought about last year, but didn't bother, so there you go. But there is larger format options for the widgets on the iPad, because you know, an iPad is bigger than an iPhone, so you've got different, bigger ones. There's more space between apps, just to bring the change. Finally, they've brought over the app library from the iPhone. Well, that took a bit of a time, didn't it? But you can access it from the dock, and now that is pretty helpful, especially for multitasking. That's pretty useful. Talking of multitasking, they changed that again as well. If you tap at the top of the app, you get multitasking options. You've also got quick access to your home screen, so you can quickly select an app to put side by side next to the other app, and you immediately have a split view. Swipe it down and you can immediately select another one to replace it with. If you hold down on an item like a mail message, then you have an option to put it as a split view app thing. There you go. Oh, and there's a shelf as well. I don't know why they called it a shelf, but there you go. Basically, it shows all your open multitask windows, so you can quickly select on which one you want. And that is pretty useful for me, because I've always got a lot open at the same time. And it's very easy to create a multi-window by dragging an app on top of one another from the app switcher view. If you have an Apple Pencil, then you can quickly make a quick note. It just pops up like a little window, which is kind of annoying because it makes me think, why can't we just have pop-up apps for everything? I'd like a pop-up message box, you know, just to send a message, pop it up. But no, you can't do that. It's only with a quick note. Oh, right, and get this. You can finally make iPad apps on an iPad and iPhone apps as well. I mean, that's brilliant. That is something we've been waiting for a very long time. Like, ever, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, and big surprise here, they've improved the privacy, which is great, to be honest. That's really good, but we all knew that would be coming because it comes every year. And now the Apple Watch update. There's mental health improvements with a mindfulness app. They've improved the sleep app with more information. There's more fitness workouts, and there's one new watch face. Yet even I was expecting more than that, to be honest. This one, you take a portrait picture of yourself, and you basically have the time behind you, underlapping your head. So you got part of the time showing above your head and part of it showing underneath your head, which is pretty cool in 3D stuff, you know, but I was expecting a few more watch faces than that. Where are they? I like the first bunch where you have the jellyfish and butterflies flying around. I was expecting more of them. I would like to see a koala bear jumping over my screen. No, sorry, kangaroo, I meant a kangaroo. If you use messages, you can actually send a GIF to people in the Messages app on the watch, but not everybody uses the Messages app, do they? For iPhone and iPad, you can finally get extensions for Safari. Woo! Now that is good. Translate app is system-wide, so you can convert text from another language just by selecting it and translating, just like that. Finally, notes now include tagging, so you can tag a note. Personally, I don't see the need to do that because I just search for the word, you know, rather than hashtag YouTube, I just put YouTube and I'll find all notes related to YouTube. Now, my first thoughts and feelings of the operating system, underwhelming. I was expecting far more. I'm not highly impressed, as you can probably tell by my sarcastic tone. Most of it is just iterations of what we've already got, isn't it? It's just improvements. I mean, even the mindfulness app is basically a glorified Breathe app. We still don't know when the operating systems are coming out yet. Time will tell. What I would have done if I was in charge of all this is, number one, I would have made messages available to Android as well and every other platform, and I would have also incorporated a new social network type feature which was rumoured to be going on. I would have made public chat rooms, like back in the day when we had public chat rooms online and they were all the rage. I would have made a brand new era of public chat rooms and made it available everywhere. Wouldn't that be great? I mean, is it just me that thinks the world needs connecting a bit more? And I would have included fitness challenges, like a social fitness network where you could challenge each other locally and around your town and around the country and around the world to have challenges with other people on a leaderboard to see how well you were doing compared to other people. Surely that's not too much to ask. And finally, I would have included intelligent replies on other social network apps. Okay, I'm talking about Facebook Messenger. I would have loved to have better replies on there. And also, just a keyboard for the Apple Watch. I mean, like a miniature keyboard. They have them on other smartwatches. Why can't they bring it to Apple Watch? I don't like talking into the watch all the time because it's a bit embarrassing when you're in public. Hello, how are you doing? It looks like you're talking to your wrist. I'm alright, thank you. Oh, I forgot to say, there's offline Siri for iPhone and iPad. Now that is actually breaking news. How did that not get more screen time? Finally, a quick bonus tip. Before you upgrade to iOS 15, when it eventually does come out, back up all your data, then do a full reset, because that way you're just giving your device a bit of a cleanse, aren't you really? Because you've not got any of the groggy old stuff. I just think everything works better if you give it a full reset. And also don't upgrade until at least the public beta comes out, because you do not want to try anything before that. It puts your devices at risk, and even the public beta I would advise staying away from, because things can go wrong badly. And finally, when you do upgrade, only download the features and the software that you really want, because if you download it with loads of different apps, you're going to get overwhelmed and you're going to take up all the space, and when you do that, all the RAM's gone and you have got a buggy device. So there you go, it's my little bonus tip on what to do when iOS 15 finally does come out, because it's not been specified when it's coming out yet, so it could be, for all we know, in about 10 years time.
I'll meet you at the end.
You know, tech is something we use every day. iPhone, Android, WatchOS, and all that sort of thing, Wear OS. Whatever you're using, it's something that impacts our daily life. So when an operating system update comes out for one of these things, it can massively affect your life in a good way or a bad way. Let's be real, let's face it, these are things, even just a quick little change of the way something looks. I mean, you're looking at that like every day. That's going to affect you in some way, isn't it? But the most important thing is, whilst it's all exciting and terribly fun to look into, don't let technology take over your life. Life is more than the latest operating system, it's more than tech. So be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and may God bless you all.
They're astoundingly astonishing, and strikingly bewildering. It's Kerry and Barry.